Hello, Junkies. How's everybody doing?
I think there's a delay.
It's Bob. We are coming to you live from various parts of the internet, I guess we can say. We're joined today by Sarah and Jamie.
We're socially distancing.
We are very socially distanced. Yep, I'm hearing somebody's feedback of us talking, but that's okay. We can get through it. So if you're here, drop us a comment, a note, say hello. Rumor has it that we might have some giveaways going on here as well during this broadcast. I think Jamie has some nice surprises, but you do need to stick around to the end. What do we have, Jamie? What are we going to give away?
We have some masks and some ornaments.
Awesome.
Ooh. Prizes.
Everyone should have a Junkies ornament, I think. They look awesome on the tree. And
it's not a Junkies one, though. We do have 2 Junkie ornaments left. They are Six Flags Holiday in the Park ornaments.
Nice. Very nice. Yes, and by the way, might as well just take a plug here. If you need any Junkies merchandise, the store is currently free shipping for Cyber Monday, where you can pick up, awesome merch like, this. I guess I need to move so everyone kind of see the logo. But it's our round 1976 Six Flags Great America Junkies logo, so you can pick those up in the store. We have a few hellos. I'm not sure who all is saying hello here. We've got like 4 of them, but they're all just that's one. There's another hello. I guess we have a howdy, and we got a hi. So make sure you do leave a comment with your name. Oh, Kim's going to join our broadcast here. Let's bring her in.
Homeowners love how we're going to install a new tub right over their old one, but they're never quite prepared for what they get.
Okay, we're learning how to install a new tub here during this broadcast. This is the wow moment. Listening to the 4 Junkies on here, it's the absolute wow moment.
Especially this time of year. And as we come together,
so it's one of the Wisconsin people, Sarah, that's listening to a commercial here.
Planning your family's future with
Kim, can you turn your sound or your background? There you go.
Sorry. It's the Disney show.
Oh, are you going to sing along during this too? So if you break out in the random song.
Yes.
Well, somebody loves my shirt. Look at that. I mean, somebody who loves the shirt.
Let It Go in the park, and we did sing. They play Let It Go over by Superman and Dark Knight. We had a couple moments as a family.
Sing at the top of your lungs for all to hear. So we are here to talk Holiday in the Park. I was there Friday. I know Jamie was there all 3 days. Same with you, Sarah? Were you there all 3?
Yeah, I was kind of dine and dash on Sunday, so I can't speak to much about Sunday, but I was there Friday and Saturday.
Sunday by far the coldest, but the best for attendance because, sorry to say, but there was like nobody there. So we had the run of the muck, no lines for anything.
I would say I would have to agree from what I saw from Sunday, and I don't know if it just had to do with Bears Packers, but if you're looking for a night, if this past weekend was an indication, if you're looking for a night where you really can have your space and you don't have to create your space, Sunday is it.
I think too, with kids going to school Monday morning. More families are
5 minutes
likely to stay home.
Yes. Yeah. And generally, like Sunday night has been my jam for decades now. It's a good night. So, oh yeah, we're all missing it. Just a couple more days.
Missing it.
I'm enjoying the warmth of my house, though. Last night was brutally cold.
It should be interesting it was chilly, but we're not anywhere near what
it could be.
A winter is going to be. So this will be interesting. Yes. And Ed, I would agree. Saturday wasn't terrible. I think just it being an opening weekend Saturday and it just so much that's new. I really wouldn't say it was terrible. It was just more when we're thinking 25% capacity. I think sometimes our mind thinks it's going to be more dead than it was. But I definitely had an easy opportunity. I had an easy time making my own space. My family's just really good at doing that. So I think a lot of what felt weird was we've not been in the park where the ride lines aren't sucking people in.
Right. And it was even, going back to over the summer with the water park open, we needed people in line for the slide. So that took away a little bit from some of the congestion in there. And I think it was also, I felt there was enough space to socially distance, but at times something seemed like there was less walking paths or something seemed different. It didn't feel like you had as much room to walk, but I don't think that was the case. I think envisioning that in my head.
Areas just has the effect of just the areas that were closed off are some of the more open areas.
That could be.
So to our eyes, we're used to having Hometown Square being open, and it's still open, but it's closed off to walking. So, and also over, walking from Hometown to Southwest, there's another stager. So wherever there's a stage, I think it's had that effect of making it feel like, and having Games Gallery closed off.
Yeah, that's true, because you usually kind of cut through the games gallery there.
Yeah.
So we've kind of came up with a variety of sort of topics to kind of break this down. And since we're already talking, we might as well go ahead and talk a little bit safety. Like I said, I was there on Friday. I seen basically 100% mask compliance. I did not see anybody not wearing a mask. I did not see masks down under the nose. I mean, it just could have been where I was at the time, whatnot. But I don't know, what were your experiences in terms of mask?
I didn't find anything that stuck out. I honestly, maybe a couple times you'd see somebody pull down on their nose and they pull it back up. In general, just, I live in this area. It's just a really high compliance area. It's not like that. That's just how things are. Unlike visiting a little further south in the state and south of the state where there's not high compliance. But I also noted, even going in the tent by food court, that people can have their mask off while they're eating, but they were so good about putting it on right away. People would finish eating and put the mask on right away, not just hang out with their mask off. Whereas St. Louis, anyone who's sitting at a table has that mask off the whole time. So I felt very comfortable with the mask compliance.
I saw a few, but not many. Very few.
And there's always going to be a few, and you don't know if that's that one time that you see the person who like my own daughter, her mask fell at one point just a little bit under, and my son caught it and was like, "Put your mask up." She's like, "I know, I'm walking. I'm going to put it up." So you don't know if that's that one moment that's happened either. But in general, if I'm looking around and I can see 50 people and one nose is peeking out, that's high mask compliance.
We were actually in the funnel cake area trying to get hot chocolate, and a lady was in there without a mask on, and then she walked out came back in again, pulled it out of her pocket, put it on, then walked out, came back in without it on again. And I'm like, and Rich wanted to say something like, you never know if it's a medical thing either. So you can't really like just say something right away until you really know. And then when she pulled it out, then I was like, okay, then how come she doesn't have it on?
And we always say, like, there's some of us have been out a lot in masks and we're used to it. And that's not the case for that's not the case for everyone. So you don't know where someone is on that journey. Like they may honestly, like Kim said, they may have honestly just forgotten, not really realized it, because if somebody hasn't been out and about, that's not something that they've had to worry about. Michael said, I think the mask compliance is better.
Yeah, I can pop in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is easy to breathe with it. Also, it gets windy. It keeps you, it's like having a scarf over your face.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It was like kind of kept you warm.
Yeah,
it did.
Minus all the snot that it captured.
Yeah.
Clean it.
That sounds like a personal problem. How did you all feel in the shops? My take on the shops was, to me, yes, there's people in the shops. Were they keeping attendance caps on Friday? Not really. But the thing is, I've been into Target, Walmart. It's been a lot more crowded. I can't tell you every time in a grocery store or something, and tell this Laura all the time. I can't say when people start bumping me while I'm in the grocery store trying to shop, but it still happens. I felt much safer at the park.
On Saturday, X-Cure was monitoring capacity. So they did. The other thing about our shops is there's at least basically one wall that's open. So our shops are pretty open. I think there's definitely room for improvement of keeping a capacity, or maybe, I know they're trying to put a lot of merchandise. I would feel like maybe they could make some more space in the shops as best they can. But most of the time people were getting in there and getting out.
My thing would be Trudy's. If you want to go into Trudy's, it's a smaller shop. Yes, there's 3 doors, but there's smaller doors. 2 of them, one of them's kind of off to the side, but especially in that area of Hometown Square where there are the most people congregating because of the shows, that store is going to get a lot more populated.
Yeah, my feeling is that it's unreasonable to, when you know that fudge and hot chocolate are a big seller, and the way that store is set up, it's a recipe for disaster to have it come out of that store. It almost would make more sense to have it go out of Trolley Treats, right next door where it's more open, and you're just handing out fudge and hot chocolate the whole time. And I'm not sure how
Richie kept knocking things over all the time. And Trudy's, it's like, okay, and I got to pick it up.
Are we talking little Richie or big Richie here?
Little Richie.
Well, and they were sold out of fudge on Sunday
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll make some new stuff this week. Otherwise, that won't even be an option.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that if you know that that's what you're handing out, you can't be a retail store and the fudge and hot chocolate dispensary at the same time. I'm not in this. So Ernie said he felt the shops need to be monitored for occupancy. I would agree. Both shops he went in felt like midsummer rather than a capacity situation. Yeah, and some of it, again, it's new. Like the shops used to be kind of a sideshow, and now they are an attraction. So yeah, I would agree. I will say X-Gear was doing that. I think maybe there's way too much I noticed in the summer that there was a lot more spacing in the shops that were open than what I've observed at Holiday in the Park. So in the summer, I had noticed that they had kind of cleaned it up and they didn't have as many displays out. And I know that they're limited and they're trying to limit it on space and on employees, but maybe if they cleaned it up a little bit to make it more roomy to walk, it would be helpful.
Anything else anybody want to say about safety or anything, or getting into the park, or any issues there? I didn't experience any. Just walk right in.
I think a lot of guests aren't used to looking out on the ground and seeing the safety markers. That's just so, and it's okay if you don't feel comfortable. If someone's so close, it's okay to say, hey, can you stand on the marker? I said it a couple of times and no one got mad. No, they just didn't know they were there. No one's trying to be rude. I noticed between the 3 nights I went, now granted Sunday was so dead compared to the other 2 nights, I do notice that the process for picking up food, they are listening and observing and trying to fix it as best they can. So the crowding is being addressed. I don't think they know how to do that all the way yet, and it's so new. But to at least see adjustments being made was nice to see between Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, the one spot I noticed there wasn't really markings on the ground was to see Santa. Lauren and I went to try to get our photo with Santa early on Friday. We got into line, realized there was no real spacing, and we kind of said, we'll come back later. I just saw, I don't know, it was earlier today, if it was yesterday, but Corrine commented that I guess they're starting to walk the line now to enforce the distancing while waiting in line for Santa.
Yeah. And it's all, I don't think anyone knew where the crowds would be. This is so new. So, see, mobile ordering, then people would walk up to the window and order. You can do both. So I don't know if we want to segue to food. We can go ahead and
segue over to food.
Yeah, mobile ordering is not the only option. Cashless is the only option. So in fact, not every location has mobile ordering. So the major restaurants have it, but you can't go to Macho Nacho and get tamales on mobile ordering. You can't go to Moose Burger and pay the upcharge and do mobile ordering because that doesn't work on mobile ordering. You can't go, the corn dog place doesn't have mobile ordering. Neither of the funnel cake places. I didn't think I saw them on.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah. They've had the watering hole open for nachos and cotton candy, and they have, and hot chocolate. They don't have mobile ordering. So I think, yeah, and not everyone knows. I see someone, I did the walk-up window, I didn't know how to use the mobile app. Not everyone has a mobile app, knows how to use it. Not everyone wants to put their credit card on there. Yeah, the wait times were insane on Saturday, and I think some of it was like a training issue on Saturday night. I know for us, for the pizza, my daughter waited for my son's pizza, and she's like, we waited, and finally a supervisor said, hey, who's making mobile orders? Because they come out of a different queue, I think. And someone's like, oh, I just, like, the employee was supposed to be doing that, went and helped someone who was doing window orders, then no one was making the pizza orders. So it's an adjustment. It's a learning curve. I can tell you that on Sunday night, I placed an order for Strutters for $4.45, didn't even check in. And by the time I walked there at 4:40, my order was ready. They just handed it to me and I was ready to go. So there are adjustments, and I'm sure that they're looking at their processes.
Well, we got to remember how many new employees, they really haven't done food. They've pulled employees from other aspects of the park who are willing to work. So you may have ride operators working in the food industry or working retail that aren't used to that.
And we have to remember that the employees' safety as well. So they have to maintain distancing as well. So you can't necessarily pack 4 or 5 employees in a small space anymore. There's a lot of different things there. I think some of these short staffing may not be unintentional. Holiday meal very promptly on Saturday. Yes, I noticed. We saw a lot of upper management really focusing on Moose Burger on Saturday. It was so great to see that responsiveness because Friday was such a disaster there. I'm hoping because that was, I mean, they can't get everything, but Strutters was improved on Sunday. So maybe we're kind of stabilizing one area at a time. And that's encouraging. So if they got a hold of Moose Burger on Saturday to improve it and Strutters on Friday, we can expect that maybe the food court is something that has that attention on Friday, this coming Friday. It's hard to know. There don't seem to be enough employees in the park as a whole. It's hard to know the reasoning behind that. In lean times, there just may not be enough hours given by corporate to get a lot of employees. And then the employees also have to distance and be safe. What did everyone try, though? We're talking like positive food. What kind of fun things did people try?
Oh, I didn't do anything fun. I just went with the pizza to keep life simple. I mean, I've seen, on the app, obviously, that, not on our app, but on our own group, that there's a lot of people started to encounter issues. So I'm like, let's just stick something simple here. And then, seeing the whole thing with the holiday meal, which seemed to got worked out by Saturday or so, that, it is, saw the sign, it's a $2 upcharge if you want the holiday meal now, as opposed to, no, you can't have it. You have to pay. There were so many different variations of what people were being told on Friday.
I think the soup had the same issue. Weird. The bread bowl had the same issue where, oh no, you can't get that. We did a funnel cake this weekend. We did the tots.
Yeah, I did the loaded tots both days, and they were good both days. One day they didn't have sour cream. The next day they did. So
what do they put on them? Because I asked, and they're like, whatever you want. I'm like, okay,
whatever you want.
They just put Friday was just cheese and chili, and then Saturday was cheese, chili, and then a glob of sour cream.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, apple dumpling. I'm not lying. We did shed a little tear over not having Capone's this year. I mean, I know that'd be a very difficult one to have people A, eat outside, and B, put inside of a to-go container. Be kind of a disaster. But Capone's, I don't know, they had the apple dumpling last year, and it was just delicious. Corn dog and tots. Yeah, they were pretty fast there. I think they had a lot of space.
Saturday, they took a little bit longer to open. Rich was doing a dance in front and staring at him. And
yeah, I unfortunately saw that dance on video.
He's just sad. He must love at first fright and going up on stage. Didn't get a stage time.
We should have nicknamed him Dancer. Okay, well, for those that don't know, we have a chat group that we use just for our admin team to discuss things. We all have nicknames in there, and right now we're all named various reindeer. I think Rich should be changed to Dancer. Kyle's throwing out helping JB's this year.
I haven't been to JB's yet. I think I'm trying to just spread it out. It's hard because no one in my family likes to eat the same thing.
And if JB's used to have the loaded nachos, that's gone. You used to be able to get a cheeseburger there. You can't get a cheeseburger anymore.
The loaded nachos, they're not the same. They're not the good. We know that there's the loaded nachos and there's the loaded nachos. They're at Watering Hole and at Macho Nacho. So you can get nachos. I didn't see like plain nachos, but you can get loaded nachos for a meal. Tamales are a meal. I didn't try them this year. I feel like they were a snack last year with an upcharge or something weird, but I could be completely wrong. They're a meal. I don't think there's an upcharge. Didn't notice a lot of upcharges this year, which is kind of nice.
Is the soup an upcharge?
No, I don't think so. I don't know if somebody knows.
I want to know if they can have chili, like when they used to have chili for Fright Fest. Why does it go away for holiday? It's a perfect hot food for holiday.
My daughter Ed tried the bacon mac and cheese hot dog with no bacon. I actually saw her eat a good amount of it. She said it was delicious. She likes mac and cheese. She likes hot dogs. Done.
Friday, Rich tried ordering the cheese and hot dog, or the chili hot dog, and he got chicken instead.
Yeah, I got chicken. They were really about giving out chicken strips on Friday.
Well, apparently everything rings up as chicken at that place.
Yeah, there was something weird where she had to keep coming. She had to keep telling them what people actually ordered.
Yeah.
Oh, you did not.
I did want to ask you, Sarah.
Go ahead,
Sarah. The one thing, real quick, with the hot dog with your daughter not having bacon, was that her choice, or were they still out of bacon? Because I know the Coaster Llama tried to go with that hot dog. Okay, because when he tried for it on Friday, they said they had no bacon. So for Coaster Llama,
right?
If you go back,
Friday
Kyle,
was weird that I could have the magical tots with every topping, and Coaster Llama couldn't have bacon. So I don't know.
No bacon for you.
Maybe it was no bacon for llamas. Okay, so Kyle says no.
They might not have liked this hat.
Maybe. All right. They're specious against llamas.
Yep. Anything else anyone throw out there? Food. Send us comments. And, if you've got any more comments related to food, send those in through chat. So
I think we're just a little limited on snack options. I think that's probably the biggest. Like I didn't see anywhere for a churro or a hot pretzel.
I saw churros Saturday or Friday, maybe at the watering hole.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Well, they're going to have churros for the 6th.
Sure. Maybe that's.
Well, they have to have them somewhere.
Yes. And they're saying, hold on, I'll pull it up right here on the app. I know it said on here there were 3 locations where you can go and redeem your churro. So the 3 locations listed are the Watering Hole, Macho Nacho, and Jack's Snack. I'm not sure where Jack's Snack is.
Oh, over by Batman.
I feel like there's a half of the park where there are if you're on the east side of the park, there's nowhere to eat. So if you're on the east side from like Moose Burger, so if you go anywhere from like V2 all the way into Mardi Gras, there is nowhere to eat on that part of that whole side of the park.
I think that Jack Snack by Batman was open at one point.
Oh, I didn't see it open. That doesn't mean it wasn't, but that is one thing. Like, you have lots of dining if you're on the west side of the park, but if you're on the east side, there is nowhere. So meaning if you're walking in the park and you go left, you're not going to get to somewhere where you can have a meal until you get to Moose Burger.
Claim Jumpers, which is right next door to.
Yeah. So unless you're in Yukon territory, you're not getting there's nothing in Orleans, nothing in Mardi Gras, nothing in Yankee. Maybe if Jack Snacks opens for a second, there's something, but there's really nothing on, because Capone's is closed. Antoine's, you can get a funnel cake, but I don't remember what the beef place is called. Sorry.
Big Lou's.
Big Lou's, that's closed.
That's closed. And then the pizza place by Superman is only for s'mores and hot cocoa. Yeah. And as Kim found for me, my hot apple cider.
Yeah. So, that's something really, if you're planning for food, go to the right side of the carousel, because there is nothing on the left side, really. Chicken Caesar salad was fresh. I had a chicken Caesar salad today that I brought home from Strutter's. It was delicious.
What was the one before that?
Pizza Orleans by the Dart.
Before that was about this one? The register issues?
registers.
Yeah. I won't even like with merchandise, if that's a segue.
Yeah, that was a mess too.
We got there because we all knew these masks were there and we want our masks and we're true junkies. And they just hadn't uploaded all the SKUs yet. So, things happen. I'm thinking back, I gauge every opening day to that one year that was like Easter weekend, and it was a bonus weekend. It was so beautiful and it was a disaster because everyone came. If it's not that bad, it's fine. Like that's just how opening weekends are.
Right. And you got to remember with opening weekend, be it merchandise, be it food, there's a lot of education. I mean, you can train the employees as much as you can, but until things go live and you have a park filled with guests, especially, everyone trying to use the mobile app who might not have used it before. I think we got spoiled over the summer with the water park because they really got the mobile ordering down. They had that down. You didn't have, sort of the issues. You had that one stand right over by the member area in the water park where, you'd order the drink and it'd be ready 30 seconds later for a refill. So I think we got a little spoiled there. So it's a lot of education, and coming from the world of training, please be patient with everyone. It's a learning process. Yeah.
If we're in week 4 and this is looking like this, then there's a complaint. But I'm seeing an adjustment every day, and that shows that there's true responsiveness and true training happening.
Yeah, like my daughter worked there, and she had they had like a week of training, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And they get thrown with people who are hungry, kids who are crying, and they get screamed at, and they're trying their hardest.
And think about, on top of it, their mobile ordering is new to most guests. So it's new, and a lot of the systems and cashless, there's a lot of things that are new to guests. So we're training guests and we're training employees. So it's different. Opening weekend is always fun.
Your mug with cider instead of hot cocoa. Yes, you can.
I would say from the summer that I would love to see. I think I've written it in comments as well, as for mobile ordering at the little water park food court. Didn't matter what you ordered. They put it all as one on mobile order, all the different things. And because it shares a kitchen, they just ran mobile order from their own set of windows. So I thought that was great. And I would love for that to return, where you could order from pizza or hot dog or burgers and just get it from like maybe Go Fresh or something. That was so much easier to separate that out. So each of the windows had their socially distanced lines. And then and this is from the water park in the summer, then mobile order went to its own mobile order window, and they prepared it there. And on really busy days, there was someone standing at the end of the line, and you were not walking in that queue if you didn't have your orders ready for pickup. So there wasn't that. I know some people experience the phenomenon of whoever yells the loudest gets the food first. That stopped happening at the water park, and it was really nice. Another thing that was fun, like if you're at a pizza place and you know that you sell pizza and fries, there is no reason to make the food to order. St. Louis is great. They have the pizza shaped containers. There is someone back there continually just putting pizza in containers and stacking it up. And then when they need to serve it, you get a little thing of fries that they've been stacking, and you get a thing of pizza. There's no reason to wait and take the order. It blows my mind when all you sell is pepperoni or cheese pizza, while you have to wait for an order and then wait for someone to get it in there. Just package it up until people stop coming.
Yeah, and answer the question that's on the screen. You can fill your mug with cider instead of cocoa. That you can definitely do that. Ed said he just saw. Let's put this one. Pizza Orleans Bar Dark Night was open on Saturday.
But that was for
s'mores.
But that's just for s'mores. Yes, it's just for s'mores and cider and cocoa.
And I think for the cider, you can we had to put it in our red cup that, you buy for the red cup for cocoa and cider. And then I poured it in right in front of the guy. I poured it into my mug. So you would probably still have to purchase the wristband or something. Yeah. You would probably still have to purchase the wristband to get it.
Yeah. Well, so the Facebook user says my mobile orders never told me they were ready. I had to go if you were there on Friday or Saturday. If the mobile order is just if it's not running as intended, that's what happens. They're just kind of like, hey, they grab someone and say, what did you order? And then they grab the order. But on
Sunday was perfect.
Sunday, like we got a message that said your orders are ready. You walk up, give your number, and it's there. So when they get a good rhythm with it, which it looks like they're working on doing, and I did hear on Saturday it was working at Moose Burger because they had that attention and training. It does tell you. And I'm going to guess, I don't know their system. There probably has to be someone who is trained and knows to say that it's ready. So we should start to see these things that it's ready. And it really does help keep the crowd. You should be able to sit at your table, then go up and get it. It's new.
Right. Here's the interesting that I seen with the mobile order being ready. And this was on Friday and things could be fixed by then. So I placed my mobile order right before Laura did and right before my parents placed their order. I went through. I eventually got the notification that it was ready. Laura placed her order. She never got the ready notification. Same thing with my parents. So it was like hit or miss. So you would think that the orders came right back to back to back, that all three would have eventually came up ready, but something happened.
I think there were some major system issues on Friday. So.
Oh, no doubt.
Definitely seeing, and like if I'm looking at the times on Saturday, I just kind of sat and observed a lot on Saturday. I would say that if you can get an order through before 5:30, you're in really good shape. At about 5:45 to 6:45, it was insane. The lines, that is when everyone seems to go in, and that was peak ordering. The lines were everywhere. And then I know, like, I sat for a long time, around 6:40, at the end of, I went to the 6:30 show. So by around 7, they were fine again. So it seems like we're maybe looking at that 5:30 to 7 window as a peak ordering time. So keep that in mind as well.
Anything else you guys want to throw out there in food? Should we move on to
we have talked about food.
You could talk food for a long time.
We talked a lot about food. We talked about food. Let's talk about merchandise. Jamie, are you ordering pizza for all of us? Do you need my address? You can send pizza here.
We're trying to order pizza, but we can't remember our password.
Oh.
Everyone send your address to Jamie. She will send you a pizza. Just kidding. By the way, if you're in here watching the broadcast and you haven't commented at all, make sure you do drop some kind of a comment so we know you're here, so we can enter you for the contest that we're going to have at the end of the broadcast here.
Laura said they didn't have the option. They weren't asking people to round up on the.
Yeah, there you go. I can further explain on that. So the first few purchases we made, I was just kind of, it was in the back of my head, but they never actually asked, do you want to round up for the Special Olympics? So finally, I asked about our third merchandise purchase we made, and the button on the register is currently not working for them to offer a roundup. However, though, they did, if you bring it up, they will allow you to make a donation in multiples of $1, $3, or $5. So we made a $10 donation to Special Olympics just because the rounding wasn't working. But
Well, maybe
as she said in her
Google
comment
camera.
here, I only saw the one sign in one of the shops that even mentioned that you have the option to round up or donate to Special Olympics.
And Six Flags does have a really, at least Six Flags Great America has a really, really good relationship with Special Olympics and has always been such a friend of the Special Olympics. So if you can help, the park does do great things with Special Olympics. Hopefully we see that.
Jamie, is that you with all the background noise?
With me?
This gets quiet.
I was just dying laughing because I got up off the couch and I didn't realize the dog was directly on my back and she fell off the couch.
Way to go.
Oops.
We were going on to merchandise, so I was going to attempt to show the mask.
Oh, the fruitcake one.
It
The
says
fruitcake one.
fruitcake blogger.
There's this one.
What do you got?
The
Gangster.
gangster.
I was gonna say,
rapper.
that was the one that I had handy on me. Is the gangster rapper.
I have the other one.
My
There's the what,
ugly Christmas
the ugly
sweater.
There's some that we didn't get. There's some
Right, the striped one.
We didn't get
the striped one.
The naughty nice
Yeah, the striped
I
one
tried.
didn't come.
That doesn't mean it won't come. Because
Right,
the other
right.
parks don't have, they pulled out of some of the things we have. Doesn't mean they won't. Like on Sunday, they brought out the Santa hats, and they weren't out on Friday and Saturday.
I want to see you wear that one next time, Jamie.
Well, this is for the little kids. We all know I have a big head, so this is for the little kids. It won't fit me.
So there's a question here about cash. An interesting thing, my guess is going to be no, because the plan to go cashless, I believe, was in the plans before COVID hit. At least for Six Flags Over Georgia was supposed to pilot it before
They did.
hit. Okay, so Kim, yeah, because Kim visits a lot of parks. So did they start?
They had it last. They had it last winter when we went down there.
Okay. Yeah, so this was not this is one of those things that isn't necessarily, it's not a COVID thing. This was in the
I want to say it was last year, because I remember I told Rich, I'm like, take a picture, because I bet you any money we're going to need to take a picture of that.
There's a lot of reasons that this makes things better on the park side and actually on the guest side. Like without cash, I think, just thinking the process to open a register back in the day, that it gives the parks some more flexibility to open up and, take payments different places.
Makes them feel a little bit more secure though too, because you see a lot of them walking around with those cash things.
Yeah,
too.
like they picked up that cash a lot, and there was just it's a lot for that for the park. And I don't know all the reasonings, and I don't know it, so I would only speculate, but I think that there are ways that this can really benefit guests, as well as make things easier on the park and help them cut down on whatever kind of shrinkage that they have, or internally. So, and Rebecca,
the cash
same thing with permanent. I think it's permanent.
Yeah, because it was in
the one
Georgia.
thing
Because I remember it was raining, but we quickly took a picture of it because we were running around.
Yeah. I didn't try getting a card.
Go
ahead.
No, I was going to say, speaking of getting cards, I mean, I obviously didn't try getting one, but our members were very quick to report when there's problems. Anything. I don't think I've seen one post in our group that related it all to the machines.
I'd like to know if anyone actually attempted to use them, though.
Yeah. Did anybody out there who's listening actually get a card and attempt to use the card? And it was pointed out too, if you're not sure on this, you can use these cards outside the park, because they do
And there
have the
is
Visa
no
logo on them, so you can
fee.
use it.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
There's no
and we
fee
did
to
get that
get
confirmed
it.
from our sources at the park. There is not a fee.
You do not want, now I've heard you don't want to leave the balance on there for a long time, but you can use it outside of the park, which is nice. They're not like taking it away from you. I think going back to merchandise, they've been very, I mean, a Dracula plushie. They had, you know, sometimes you find there are some gems when you find some things like kind of Fright Fest stuff at different, you know, at different times of year or things from other parks. It's kind of cool. I would say that this would be a good year for merchandise. They finally brought back the Holiday in the Park sweatshirts that just have the Holiday in the Park logo.
But it's winter and we can't have a hoodie.
Yeah.
I know.
We want hoodies. Laura and I had this discussion. We want hoodie.
She put a collar with hers, so she was very fancy. I'd say if you want to get a winter hat, I would do that Friday or Saturday. Those seem to be in high demand. So the knit winter beanie, make sure you get those.
They're very small though.
Do they?
Yeah, I couldn't wear it.
Oh. Yeah,
I'll go grab one.
Fine.
We're taking a tour of Jamie's house.
Also, while we're taking a tour of Jamie's house, they did recently just add a Santa hat that's Holiday in the Park, and that is exactly what Jamie has on right now.
Yep. It was $9.99.
There it is.
It was what? I paid $2.74.
Oh, $5.99? I thought I saw the mark $9.99.
She can't even see.
Wait, I'm wrong. I'm
the comedy for the show.
They were just putting them out, and we didn't. Oh, no.
There it is.
Stretch. Oh, we had new stuff. We buy stuff. We're there were people walking out. If you have I just posted in the group, but obviously if you have your discount, if you were Diamond and got upgraded, you now have your Diamond Elite 50%. And then I saw season pass holders check because you might have a $30 off of a $75 purchase coupon as well. So this is definitely the time to buy some merchandise. I saw some really when members do those random acts of kindness, there were new superhero shirts. I like the tie-dye blue line that was out. There was new stuff. I think we get good stuff for merchandise. The little stand, like the marketplace, you can get all your light up kind of things, and they have the light necklaces. They also had a whole bunch of socks and hats mixed in with a s'mores line, so it's usually a pretty long line.
I see that post. My husband's done that a couple times for people.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to use like if he sees kids or something that are trying to buy stuff, he'll let them use
I've done discount. That on field trip day just to help somebody out who, a kid is almost out of money and wants to bring some cotton candy on a bus, and I'm in line. I'll help them out. So we do have, it was exciting to see new things. I wasn't expecting new things because we're just Holiday in the Park lights, but we were told that the hats, my family was told they were very popular and to get them because they don't anticipate a lot of restock. Makes sense. We don't have that many weeks. We don't have that many operating dates.
Just like New Jersey's out of masks already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the ugly sweater mask. That one I think's the most popular one. Isn't that the one? I think Jersey's really out of that one. So I made sure when I seen that one in the park, I picked that one up like within 5 minutes of being in there. I was like, nope, they're going to sell.
I have a whole bunch of the gangster raptors. I went and bought. I wanted 2 of each of them, and all of a sudden I came home and I look in the bag and there's 4 of them. I'm like, oh crap! I'm like, how did this happen?
You kind of laugh when I'm like buying masks. I'm like, well, no, it's buy one get one free, and I said, well, I have 50% off. They're like, no, but it's buy one get one free. It's the same thing. So if you're Diamond Elite or you're Diamond Upgrade, you can get one mask. Don't make them upcharge you. You're not getting it off of the Diamond. You're not getting it off of the buy one get one free. It's the same price.
Yeah. In terms of the masks too, they also had, I noticed a couple of the superhero ones that kind of had like a holiday kind of light
I don't have any
to
in
them,
here.
like the Wonder Woman and Batman. Those sort of had.
I don't have any in here.
Holiday
no
feel.
pins. No holiday in the park pins yet. Someday.
Yeah, I was hoping for a pin and a hoodie.
I mean, there are
Now,
beautiful pins that came out this year, but no holiday in the park.
Yeah, when talking hoodies here, here's something that we discovered in the park, and we kind of noticed this on the perks. One of the things was buy one get one on like tie-dye merchandise, like the hoodies, and it was only select tie-dye hoodies in each of the shops. But the thing was, each shop only had one color of the tie-dye. So one shop had like a white and blue, and then another shop kind of had a lighter light and blue. So if you were doing the buy one get one, you were stuck with identical hoodies. You couldn't get one that might have been more colorful than another.
Hold on, there's one for you and one for Laura, and it's his and hers.
Yeah, and we actually did that. We've got his and hers tie-dye hoodies.
And
she can confirm it. She is watching this broadcast right now. Right, she hasn't walked in here with the hoodie on. If you are watching, Laura, and you have the hoodie on, you might as well walk in here and let everybody see the hoodie we're all talking about.
And if you got the other mask, I don't have it. I can't get to them.
So a little disappointed as somebody who still has a little guy in kids' clothes. Not a lot for the kids. So they don't have holiday in the park merchandise or tie-dye merchandise in kid sizes. And I don't really think that much of what was there in kids has been restocked, because they were like toddler sizes and then maybe an extra large or something. There wasn't a lot going on. So that, if we're looking at a downside, if you're there and you want to get everyone in your family something to wear, you probably can't, unless you're going to put a ridiculously, like an adult small on a child. So we had a little bit of a moment when my son couldn't get anything. But Christmas hat Jamie's wearing, I got 2 for free. Oh, David.
Man, we got to be in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, no one comes to my neighborhood.
Yeah, what neighborhood is David Nature walking through? Yeah, merchandise.
Nice. Well, if they were a promo that they're now.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
We're coming in with one of the tie-dye hoodies here, wearing the Wonder Woman.
Oh, and there's the Wonder Woman one.
So yeah,
thank you, model.
It's a nice tie-dye. Yeah, thank you for modeling.
She's doing Vanna White.
I love that tie-dye though. I love it.
Yeah, now she's here and the dog's trying to come and join the broadcast too, but the dog got the boot as well.
I was gonna say it looked like she almost like fell over. That would have been hilarious.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
So there's no new Christmas tree ornament too. I would have liked a new Christmas tree ornament.
Yes.
And we only got a dated ornament.
We'll throw that out there. Right?
When you got those big, they were selling them last year for like $2. They were like the big superhero ones, and I think they were the only year they were dated.
Oh yeah. They were trying to sell them like towards the end of the year. I remember those. It was like, how are you guys going to sell these now?
They were really big, and I don't have a big tree, and they were awkward. But I do like, it would be nice to be able to cross over them more. But I get that they only get what they get. We actually, I don't think even every park got the refillable mugs. So at least we got the hot chocolate mugs. I believe I've heard that other parks did not get that.
See, and I got this. The lens, that ornament, which I think is last year's, and this I think that was the one from the first year.
And then there's a Junkies ornament, so maybe that'll just have to be this year's ornament.
Yeah, we're gonna go have our maker make them in mass demand.
So what's our
put her to work?
St. Louis got them, but without the park name. I don't think I got the park name on them. The hoodies or the...
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything with our park name on it. In terms of
I don't think there is.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't get ornament. I don't think we've had ornaments with a park name. I mean, I don't think any of the hoodies... The hoodies have a park name on them?
Watching Jamie move, it's like watching Blair Witch. Oh, there we go.
Oh, the hot chocolate with the park name? Oh, mug.
Yeah, that one has the park name.
Okay.
And I was wrong. I was informed that I thought we had the white lids last year. Apparently they were green lids because I did find ours and they were green lids too.
See, the year before it had the year, but not the park.
Yeah. She's got it all up on the wall.
No, I don't. It's in the cabinets.
All right. What's our next topic? Because I haven't really... Does anyone have any questions about merchandise other than... Like, it's there. We have it. Go buy stuff.
They do have the stuffed animal thing again.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I have that too.
Oh, Jesus.
So that is my December stuffed animal for teaching because we have like Beat Buddies, and that's my December Beat Buddy. So it's a very cuddly stuffed animal. So you buy one and then you put one in the box for the Children's Hospital. No discounts on that one, correct? Or did you get it?
Correct.
Correct.
Mine was from last year, but
yeah,
no, I don't think there's it's like buy one, get one. So
yeah, and it's already bought.
And I don't know if it's really a merchandise thing, but they do have letters for Santa up in the front. And then they have, I think, is it back by like, I'm trying to think which one.
Cartoon cabin, there's something in there.
Yeah. I think it's the ornaments.
Yeah, you can, and it's by request because they sanitize, like they give you your paper and they sanitize you pick your markers. So when we were standing there, I think, Kim, you were with me when we were standing there, someone came up and asked for some paper and markers, and then they bring them up, they sanitize them. And there's like a little box for them to put it in.
I took a picture of it. I have to put it on. But yeah.
Yeah, there are still little activities. No cookie decorating this year.
No ornament making. Unless that's what's in.
No, I think that's what's over there.
Yeah.
That's what's over on the other one.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to move to lights or to entertainment?
Yeah. What are
lights?
Lights?
Let's
go lights. We'll go lights. Because I mean, obviously it's called Halloween Park Lights.
Kaleidoscope works.
Halfway.
Yes, it does.
You know, enough
Except
of it
for
works,
one
but I
little
get the magic. So if you walk to the right, because last year I just never felt the magic because that is how impactful that piece is. And you get that impact now. And even though whatever they did to put the panels that were causing the issue, which I cannot imagine how tedious that must have been, but to put it around on the backside closest to River Rocker, it worked because when you're walking in towards it, you get that impact and it does not take you out of the magic of lights. And all last season, I couldn't get into the magic because I was taken out of it by the blue screen or the pixelated trying to be something. So kudos to whoever had to sit and figure out which panels needed to move and what needed to happen for getting that much to work. And yes, there were some additions to the lights. They have the giant ornaments around that I didn't notice before.
Those are not new, but they moved them around.
Okay.
Yeah, they had those in Georgia too.
I felt like the games area maybe had some more.
On the way to Southwest, I think, yes, because those were games before, so now they could string them from top to bottom.
Yeah.
It was another great place to get it's another photo op. Great. Like if you and you're as you're walking, because people are there to see the lights, just know that people are going to stop. So you have to be aware of your group, and people are going to stop and take their picture, go around them. It's just that's part of why we walk. That's why we have this, is to look at the lights.
And don't go up onto the displays and stuff like that. I know people have been doing the Santa thing and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen people. There are some new trees. They turned in the former Wiggles world that fruit salad. They turned that.
Yeah,
into
that's kind of cool.
And then there's another tree across from it, and I saw people putting their children on top of it. Like, be safe. But the lights are beautiful. I happen to love the little smoke-filled dance party over in Yankee Harbor. It's just it's different. It's nice, you go through Home for the Holidays, and this is so nice and old-timey, and I've got
classic.
If you go that way, and then you walk into it and you're like, whoa.
It's really fun. The kids just had a blast. I wish it would have been awesome to have a DJ there, just like hyping it up a little bit. If I had one wish, that would be just having build some kind of thing for someone to sit and just like hype people. I know they've done DJs there before, but still really fun. I like it. It's so different. Then Mardi Gras is it's beautiful, but it's just, there's nothing.
It's like blah.
Yeah. Like it turned Hangover into a giant wreath. Do something.
Yes.
But there is nothing.
That would be awesome. Make a huge wreath out of that.
It's there. Do something with it. I mean, it's not a roller coaster, so whatever. There's really nothing in Mardi Gras. And so you have that big dance party, you go in your, that disco ball. You're kind of
don't look on the floor in there. You get dizzy.
Yeah. You're all hyped up and so I've had my wow moment. I've had my I'm having my family time moment when I get into the girl part of the park, and then I come and I have my dance party and I'm like, what's next? And the answer is nothing. So I think that is probably when we're talking about the flow, there's also, again, on the east side, nothing to go into. You're not going into any stores because they're not open. You're not getting food. Maybe you get us some more on the east side so you can do something. But there's nothing in Mardi Gras. The little light thing they made, there's a Mardi Gras colored disco ball under the bridge. That's beautiful. I don't know if I noticed that before. The theming is nice, but there's nothing. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, here's even a good suggestion. Just turn the Mardi Gras hangover lights on the ride.
Seriously. And are they even doing a show? Are they using the stage? They're not using the stage over there, are they?
Yeah, they are for Elves Live.
So I've just never walked by there when they're doing Elves Live. So, I mean, I guess that'd be a good place to see a distance show, but there's just nothing going on. So at least there's a show. Terror Twister for this dance part. Hey, wherever they got it from, I say great job repurposing the things that you have. I think it was great. Yeah, Elves Live. Santa Gangnam Style Dance.
There we go, that one. Yeah.
I appreciate the light. They strung some lights from the vertical velocity.
Oh, the entrance there?
Just because they can cover these entrances. I think they did a great job. Everything had a clean look about it. So you can tell that there's been a lot of work done around the park. And there's been a lot of work on the rides. I've never seen them that well shrink wrapped and, taken care of for the ones, at least at this point. So I like I can tell that more lights were added around Goliath, because that was the area that I kind of felt a little like there could have been more last year. And I have that more, like if you're over by the little sweet shop across from Funnel Cake, that looks gorgeous. It looks like a lit up candy store. But that
they did a good job this year.
They did great. That my only complaint is Mardi Gras is dead. Mardi Gras in Orleans, they're just dead. We could find something to go on that side, that poor east side of the park. Yeah, Goliath looks beautiful. I think it just felt a little too dark last year for being out. So there are definite improvements, and I think with anything, they're always going to keep adding. So the fact that we're seeing more things added every year is great. So I'm sure. Which park are we talking about? Astroworld? Six Flags Great America?
Well, we do have a lot of users from other parks, so
yeah, we're talking about Six Flags Great America. Sticky Fingers, thank you. The place that teases me every day with that frozen lemonade with the machine that has been open since May 2019. If you can ever get a frozen lemonade from there, it's delicious. What's
next, Bob?
Yeah, games aren't open. Oh, Six Flags St. Louis. Entertainment. Love how they've made the stages everywhere. Love the ingenuity. The little baking show looks cute. I've only seen it from Jamie's live.
3 for 3. I'm in love with it. Marshmallow Man, if that's your name, I think, if you're watching. Yes. And Fudge Franny, I think her name is, or something like that.
Wonderland. I love that the show. Love the shows are. Am I wrong or am I right that they're all at the same times, but you can still catch them all. That actually for me helps me keep track of it, and I love that there's always a show at 4:30. So I tend to take the early shifts so I can do a rotation of shows, but the way that it's set up, you could hit all the shows. And
I think we did manage to hit every single one last night, but that meant we were there till 9 o'clock.
Yeah. I enjoy starting with Wonderland. Like, you can hang out in Hometown Square, Wonderland, and then tree lighting, and then there's just a lot going on over there from 4:30 to 5:30.
And the baking show's right at the end of that.
Yeah. Very similar. I'm just so, like, I posted before, any kind of live music right now just makes my whole soul happy. And I'm glad to see that the performers are safe and making it work with those masks, because that is not easy. And
my only thing would be is if you haven't been there, they do have seating within a contained area, and there's a fence surrounding that. So you have to be let in and let out of that fence. And if you're watching a show from outside of that fence, please do not hang over the fence and breathe on people.
Yeah.
There's meant to be socially distanced. So stand just back behind the fence. You don't have to lean on it and lean into the area.
Yeah, it feels definitely feels safer when you're sitting. Also, if you've had a chance to see the show, especially in the areas that are dining and show areas. So I know this is a thing in food court and in for Mistletones and also for the holiday hoedown. Move so someone else can, like, after the show, if you've seen it already, if you've seen it for that one and you're just kind of loiter somewhere else so they can clean it and have someone else sit there. Just because it is limited seating in there. I would like for that baking show if they would make maybe a second row of those stanchions just so people didn't lean in, because once you're in that area, it's very, like, people are not moving chairs. Like, they have markers that show where the chairs should be and that they aren't, because in the water park people started moving chairs anywhere and then they would sit in between. It is very clear that you sit in the chairs that are provided where they are provided, and you do not stand or sit in between in those areas. If there's
we had that too.
It's very clear. But yeah, I would love to see a second row of those stanchions, maybe for the smaller shows where people, especially that baking show when it's a high traffic area and people are waiting at strutters and what's going on, that just for safety of the people who are sitting. So as Jamie said, they're not breathing in. Have any of you guys been to Six Flags, and what are your favorite ride? Six Flags St. Louis. We have Bob, have you been?
I have not.
I think
if we want to talk Six Flags St. Louis, you might want to check out our Six Flags St. Louis Junkies group.
Yeah.
They'll have the answer to those questions because, again, we are talking Six Flags Great America in Green this evening.
We've been, and we love it. But yeah, it's we had a St. Louis live once, didn't we? When they opened?
Yes, I think we did. We had even from Real Max, I think we had Kyle Coaster Llama kind of host that show with us.
Yeah. So we've done one. Okay. Yeah, and they do. I know that there's some different collaboration between the two, and they do their things and we do ours, but it's kind of cool how they're different and similar at the same time. But yeah, way to go to everyone who was working and for the shows, and the fact that in this, I know other parks who have Holiday in the Park lights did not get the shows, and we did. And that's just a testament to our entertainment department for making it happen. And letting us really have all of the parts of the park that they could possibly open. So I appreciate that.
And to be able to add a new show in that short amount of time to come up with something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, way to go. And to to take Wonderland at the Grand and adapt it for being outside and having a shorter amount of time.
And socially distancing the choreography.
Yes.
Yeah.
With them shortening down that show, I mean, I personally think they kept all the right numbers in that show. They edited it down perfectly to
you haven't been
and to adapt to being outdoors.
If you haven't been, they did cut it down. But a lot of what they cut out were things like there used to be a, interspersed with this snow globe, and they cut the snow globe part out. But it's just like a lot of the upbeat, and then those just like feel good numbers, and then the dance numbers in there for Wonderland. So they did a great job. We don't have the toy the hijinks of the toy store going on, but you can't really do that in this space.
And they got some new costumes.
They did. They're at the end. They're going with red, right?
And gold and green for the boys.
Yeah. So we used to be silver?
Yeah.
So we went
silver and
white, wasn't it?
I think it was silver and white.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the others. It was a wow moment because it was surprising because I wasn't expecting the new costumes. Oh, we have somebody says happy that we're performing again. I'm happy to see performers perform because I just know so many performers, musicians, dancers, actors that haven't been able to share their gifts for the last several months. So it's just beautiful that you can bring your gifts and we can enjoy them. Thank you so much.
And Ed kind of says thank you back to that comment. Anything else you guys want to talk entertainment here?
Oh,
and I was just say, huh?
The photo ops and Scrooge. Scrooge is something else.
Photo ops.
Yeah.
Scrooge, if you stop and enjoy the one, just Scrooge is a show, and I think people are walking by and not realizing Scrooge is a show. So if you don't Scrooge see that you're hanging out and watching, unless you really want to be a part of the show, but hang out and observe people walking by Scrooge and listening to them because the commentary is classic.
I think they gave him a microphone on Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday he didn't have a mic on, and Saturday I think he did.
Yeah, Scrooge is I think that he's probably the sleeper hit. People aren't really realizing
who it is.
Who that is, and we don't want to
give it away.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're not going to give that one away in here. If you can figure that one out, we're not
yes.
And if you know, don't spoil it for everyone else.
Don't spoil it. You'll figure it out if you've been. It is an interactive experience, so if you would like that experience, of course, Scrooge is still a person, so don't be don't be personal, although I think Scrooge probably could come at you more than you could come at
He'll come back at you.
Yeah. So I think we talk about all these feel-good shows, and I hadn't seen that really mentioned in our group yet, but Scrooge is, you need to take the time to, I don't think enough people were stopping and realizing what was going on. Take the time, listen to it, observe it. I have a feeling we're going to see that once people start doing that. I have a feeling we're going to see that part grow.
But don't give away who it is, please.
Please don't.
If you know who he is.
Which I didn't on Friday, but then once I think I figured it out Sunday.
Rich figured it out right away.
And then the other characters that we used to have walking around, there are now, just like Disney, there are now little spots that they have, mostly ride entrance that they have made into beautiful meet and greets. And like Bugs and Daffy are out all the time in front of the Grand Music Hall. And you walk safely in front of them. You get a picture with them. I think the interaction is almost easier just because they're out more and you can see exactly where they are. So it's great.
They're out there.
Yeah. They're all out, and I think they kind of rotate to different spots so you can catch them in different places.
We found some couple of gingerbread people.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't see any gingerbread. We see Mrs. Claus reading on one day.
For story time.
Yep.
Where does she do story time? Does she do it over by... Where is she doing it?
Between the Grand Music Hall and the Firehouse Pizza place, that little seating area.
That member,
she's on the patio?
Yeah.
Okay. Because of course we are missing our old reader. Well, James, I would agree. Jim, I would like I like the Blockcraft area. The pictures that you don't have other people just going up there, it's very clear how things are supposed to go. It feels like an attraction. When you go up to these different areas, it really does feel like an attraction to me. So, way to go. I know that other Six Flags parks that have Holiday in the Parks lights did not get this. Our Santa's kind of out. He's far away, but he's not in a box. Other parks have Santa in a box. We don't have the Santa aquarium. So
Santa aquariums.
We don't have Santa aquarium. Santa is.
We don't have Santa aquarium.
He is distanced because, of course, we need to keep him. You know, he can't. He's got a lot of work to do. So, and he is a self picture, right, Bob? You did Santa.
Yes, it is. It is a self picture. And what I will say about that, looking at the photo, he appears further back than he actually is. So I don't know if it's something with the angle that the picture was taken at. It is. I will say it is more than 6 feet. It's probably 10 to 12 feet away, if not maybe more. But it seems the picture that we have with him, it looks like he's like 50 feet behind us. He isn't that far back. But he's much further than 6 feet, which, you know, obviously we need to keep Santa safe.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't see was like people walking around, like when you walk in, they're not taking pictures of you.
No.
Like how you walk in and they take pictures of you.
I don't think they're running photo at all.
Yeah, I don't think there's any park photographers anywhere.
Yeah. That's one thing I was thinking about the other day.
That might be a missed opportunity just because, I mean, I'm sure I would buy some of those pics at those.
Oh, yeah.
At those photo ops, but.
That's what's all behind me on our wall. That's all Six Flags pictures.
I still have digital pictures left, but they aren't running. I think somebody had asked on the board if they could get their photo. There's nothing with photo running. So you can't buy a photo pass. You can't buy photos. I don't know the reason why, but yes, there's no one for photos. It's all self. Take your own photos. Carousel looks great.
Oh, it always does.
Oh, it looks amazing.
You can see it off of. I always drive in off of. I don't remember what road that is. Is that Dilly's? I always drive. I think that's Dilly's. I always drive to the park that way and then take a left, and I can see the carousel lighting up when it runs the show, and that's really kind of fun. From outside.
Anything else with, what are we on? We're on entertainment. I'm not seeing any really more comments coming in. The last thing that we do want to talk about, this is going to be a little more serious here and probably not so fun, is we do have a couple housekeeping items. We've been noticing some issues lately going on in the group, so I'm going to kind of let Sarah start and address that, and I'll probably throw some comments in there as well.
Yeah. Well, and I posted earlier as well, but this is just a sensitive time. It's just a sensitive time for everybody for lots of reasons. And it's a sensitive time for just at the park as well. And everyone, you know, I live in Lake County. I feel anything that happens at the park will directly impact me. So I get it. But we know that everyone has different levels of how they feel about the park being open. And where we're at is the park is open. The park is open. They have contacted the state, local health officials, state health officials who said, yes, you can open. We all have choices if we're comfortable with that. So we're really we're not trying to make anyone feel like they have to be there or not. And we're not trying to undermine any kind of safety. We all respect health and safety. I know, like, prior to going to the park, my family hadn't been out interacting with other people for 7 days prior. We had not even been in a store. But it's all up to, and I respect that some people aren't going to want to go out, but it's not the time to judge whether or not the park should be open or if they should have rides. We can go with what our reality is. The park is open. They're following these safety regulations, these safety requirements, and that's just how it is. And we respect that for some people, they're not ready to be in the park. And we respect for some people being at the park without rides is difficult. And some people feel more should be open and some people feel less. We're just going to really try to be honest with what we see. So we're not sugarcoating anything. We don't work for the park. We don't work with the park. We're just fans like all of you. So we'll do our best. Like, there are some bad reviews that show up. Somebody may have had an experience where they only saw people who didn't have masks on and people who weren't distancing, because that happens. And we may have only run into good things, because that happens. It's a big place. We're on acres and acres of land. So it isn't the time to judge. So if somebody says, I don't feel safe to be at the park right now, I'll see you next year. Let's just be kind to each other and understand. Say but to say I can't, we're getting some comments like, I can't believe you're going there and spreading COVID. Well, that just makes someone feel like kind of garbage and not great. And that's not everyone's intention. And as much as I've seen everyone in here and everyone in the park really trying our best to be safe, we just we're drawing the line at those kinds of things where we're judging, and we're going to consider those kind of bait posting. And we respect if you don't want to be at the park, and we respect if you do want to be at the park and you feel fine at the park. There was a certain point where I stopped going to the water park because I didn't feel safe. If it gets busy at Holiday in the Park, I may stop going. It just happens. But that's, well, we're all adults. We'll just make that decision.
Yeah. And it's, Sarah used the term bait post, and this is something we get quite a bit. And people are like, what is a bait post? Well, generally what a bait post is when you're making a comment or a post and you're just looking to drive a negative reaction out of somebody. So if we see those posts where you're just looking to cause drama, they are going to be pulled down. And we're not in the bait posting. When you guys all signed up to join the Junkies group, there's a set of 10 rules that you agreed to follow, and bait posting is in there. So we will take those down. We're not issuing warnings. We're just going to take it down. You'll probably get muted for a couple days. And then after the mute, we'll go ahead and you can come back in and start chatting. Another thing, posts we're taking down, if you're blatantly saying that you're going to break any kind of park policy, those posts are coming down. So if you're saying you're going to go in the park and not wear a mask, well, guess what? Your post is going to get deleted because it's against park policy. You're agreeing when you make your reservation that you're going to follow all policies by the park. So we see that you're not following rules, not only within our group, but park rules. We are going to pull those down. We're starting to see a high number of trolling posts. If you're just coming in our group to troll, it's not the place for you. Okay, we're just going to just kick you out of the group. It's no questions asked. We have probably in the past 3 days probably kicked about 4 people for trolling. So we're trying to stay on top of that.
And this is not typical. We're usually, usually kind of chill, and we take it down and just we'll ask someone, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know," because there's a line, and a lot of we like to be kind of laid back about some of it, but there's some stuff that it again, this is just it's a time right now, and there's a lot going on. But just, being nice and respectful, and understand that somebody else, no one is going to the park or not going to the park in an attempt to be malicious, an attempt to do something bad. I think everyone's really just doing their best. It's hard in the Midwest to find places to be outside this time of year where you can be outside and feel normal and be outside and be away from people and have it be well lit. So it's nice. It's nice to have this opportunity in this place, and that's it.
Any other housekeeping tips, Jamie, Kim? Anything you want to throw in there at all? Anything miscellaneous?
If you invite your
whatsoever?
friends, please send
Yes.
them a message and saying, "Hey, I invited you to join this group. They require you to answer these questions."
Yeah.
We usually let them sit about 24 hours before we do away with them.
And we've been very proud to have very few instances of spam because we screen people, and we've had a couple that get through that think that we're Six Flags America. Happens a lot. Thank you all for being members. So it's just really to kind of keep things running well. We all have other jobs too. But yeah, we are excited for the growth that our group has. And with growth, we start to have more points of view, and we're balancing and getting used to it. And we would love for your friends to come aboard. We always, I cannot tell you, because we have our chat, how many places we gather our information from, but we do pride ourselves on really kind of listening to the chatter and then confirming the chatter through good sources, and oftentimes official sources that don't want to be named. So on that note,
that is
employees,
we do use sort of official sources, meaning we're not relying on the Dipping Dots guy or the funnel cake lady. And I think there was one other.
Some moose something, wasn't there?
And we've built a really nice network.
I think it was the Moose Burger dude.
Yeah.
Might have been that.
We've built a really nice network, and if any of them are watching, we built a very nice network with people who are like us at other parks. And sometimes when we see things at other parks, we can see them coming down. So when something comes down, okay, how is this working at your park? How is this work? So we also have that network working, which we are appreciative of too. And we do appreciate when we meet people. I know right now it's a little awkward because we're keeping our distance, and we're not necessarily like meeting in our Junkies clubhouse, which I don't want to give away because I don't want them taking that.
Right, we're not going to say where the Junkies clubhouse is at the moment. I mean, if you know, great, but yeah, we're not going to.
We're not going to say right now. But yeah, we do have people lurking on. We do have people lurking in our boards that make decisions at the park level and do listen to what people are saying. So it is good to hear the honesty.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And that's the thing. We're not right. We want the good, the bad. If you have a bad experience, fine, we're going to post about it. But because somebody has a bad experience, doesn't give another person the right to jump on them, for having that bad experience.
Yep. Now, if you have not had, I will own that I jumped on someone this week. But if somebody's commenting on a bad experience and we know that you're not at the park and you haven't been at the park all year, and you maybe haven't been at the park for a couple years, and you want to get and be like, yeah, I hate that they do. You're not there. Stop. That's drama. Like, we know you're not there, but everyone can look up which one that maybe I deleted that one, but like if you've already said I'm not going to the park, I'm sitting this year out, and then all you want to say is, yeah, the food lines are terrible. Well, what do you care? You're not going to the park. It's not your problem.
You don't even live here in Illinois.
Yeah, you don't even go here. So, or like if your home park I know is somewhere else, then yeah. That's kind of the benefit of going to the park all the time, is we kind of know who's there. We're like, yeah, you're not there. But thank you so much for making this a great community. It's really fun. It's really fun to meet people and have that feel like a second home. Do you know if American Eagle is going to get an RMC next year?
Oh, geez, not that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
No capital improvements in 2021. We are getting a wonderful addition of a water coaster that has been constructed, and you can see if you go, it is massive. So we have a
Tsunami Surge
water coaster coming to us 2021, and we're what is it, tallest, whatever it is. It breaks some records, and looks insane.
It looks fun.
So,
not climbing the stairs to get there.
The food truck mechanic told me that RNC is happening. Okay. Or RMC. Well, okay.
RMC.
Well, the food truck isn't even there, so hopefully the mechanic's working on that one.
That was replaced.
There is COVID testing. It is there. Yes. That wasn't people making it up. There is COVID testing there. Yes, I know that doesn't necessarily make sense, because if you're going to the park, you've already done a health screening that says that you don't have symptoms. However, there's no line there. So if you're just wondering and it's state-run testing and you don't want to wait in a 4-hour line, do it. No one was there. I'm like, maybe I'll just go once a week just to know. Even though I don't leave my house, but
we are not posting. If anybody takes any more pictures of it and post it, we're going to be taking them down. Well, we already have it on there.
The biggest reason that I'm nervous about pictures of COVID testing is if there's someone waiting or looking at that, it's off to the side. It's if you're looking for it, it's where the food truck used to hang out.
Picnic area.
Near the picnic area. I don't want somebody judging or seeing somebody standing there, and that's somebody's medical business. And you might see me because that's a free that I don't want. I mean, I have to work too, but I would have to drive to get it from work, and I don't want to drive to get it. But hey, it's there, and it's peace of mind, and it's through the state, and I suspect why it's there, but I don't have confirmation or to say, but why not? On that note.
Yeah, on that note, I think we have some stuff to give away.
I don't have, I have Amy, and I have Jim, and I have Kyle. But everyone else is just showing up as Facebook and I had Michael. Everyone else is just showing up as Facebook user. Have we been keeping track of the names here? Maybe we had Rebecca.
Rebecca said something. I think
Rebecca was asking about the cash list thing.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're still here, you can comment with your name.
Yeah, for the I don't know if there's about 15 or so here. Just real quickly comment with your names, just real quick, so we know who's here.
Oh, so Jay was missing off of it. I'm gonna assume that's Vita. I know Jamie has a couple on her, and I have one. So between Jamie and I, we can get you a new one. It's not a problem.
What?
Vita's J came off of her Junkies ornament.
Oh.
I agree that it should be in the parking lot, but it is where it is. Okay, so we got
Gary.
Are you doing the drawing
Gary,
from your end?
Robin.
Who's doing the drawing? Or am I doing the drawing?
You're doing the drawing. You got the pen. You're writing down.
Okay. I got. All right. Vita.
She's doing a tour, so.
Robin. Got Jim.
I got to separate versus my stuff versus the giveaway stuff.
I know. See, if you're on Facebook, you can see the names, but we're on StreamYard, so we can't.
That's why when you see the posted, they ask if you give StreamYard permission. That's so we can see your name pop up. So, kind of an example here with Gary that's on the screen. It just says Facebook user. He hasn't registered StreamYard, but somebody like Kyle.
Well, there you go.
The photo. Llama himself.
I think I've been getting everybody.
Oh no, I should make her ineligible for this one.
I mean, once you put your name, if you want to delete it, you can. If you just don't want your name hanging out as a comment because it's weird, that's fine with me. I only have, I think, like 10 names. I don't know how many people were live. I can't tell. Okay. I think I got everyone. How many prizes do we have today, Jamie? What can you tell them what they could win?
You have your very own fruitcake blocker mask, or my ugly mask, or gangster rapper, or one of the ornaments, the stocking or the wreath.
If they win, are they sending their address to you?
Sure.
Okay. I think I got everyone. You have a very good odds of winning today.
50-50. It's a diamond a week discount.
It's a 50-50.
So do we?
All right. So what's the first thing you would give away?
What they want, or we just pick one up and this is what you're getting?
I think you pick it up and then
pick it up and say this is what we're giving away here.
This is what it is.
The first item.
All right, first one.
Hold on.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready. I almost didn't do my one job right. Sorry. You guys move faster than kindergartners and first graders because that's what I've been hanging with today. Okay.
I love that line. You had one job.
Okay. Yeah, but you know what? We're 4, 5, 6 of us are okay. So ornament goes to Vita. So
that's an easy one.
A Junkies ornament, a new Junkies ornament, and this ornament with you. Okay, are you writing down who gets it, or?
I'll write it. Wait, I had a pen here. Wait.
Okay. I'll just write it on the thing too, in case, and I can text you.
I got it on where's the price tag? Vita. And if you know when you're going to be at the park too, you can let me know. I could just bring them to the park.
Okay. Next up,
Gangster Rapper.
Gangster Rapper. Gary.
And I'll see him Sunday with a junkie ornament.
There's actually a song I sing in my classroom where it talks about being a gangster rapper, like that, in that way that you're going to wrap presents and be a gangster. It's really cute. It's called
Let's go with fruitcake blocker.
Okay, fruitcake. Who's our fruitcake blocker? Of course.
Winner is
Brent. Just seems fitting. Okay.
So Brent, send me a message
when you're going to be at the park.
Or I can mail it if you're not comfortable with coming.
All right.
Ugly mask.
Jamie in person.
Ugly mask. Okay.
Hey now.
Alma is going to get the ugly mask. Which actually isn't ugly. I think it's adorable.
I'm sad I missed her this weekend.
Jamie has a lot of prizes. Thank you for donating these prizes, Jamie. She used your member points for these prizes?
My member points and my my Six Flags bucks for my cold chocolate milk.
Oh, so generous. See, it went for a good cause.
And now we got the ornament.
Oh, one more ornament. Okay. Rebecca is super, super lucky.
There we go.
All right. So that's the stocking ornament. Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for tuning in.
Horrible. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. See you guys in the park.
See you guys at the park.